was younger, I saw my daddy cry and curse at the wind. He broke his own heart, and I watched as he tried to reassemble it. And my mama swore that she would never let herself forget. And that was the day that I promised I'd never sing of love if it does not exist. Darling, you are the only exception. 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 Maybe I felt somewhere deep in my soul that love never lasts, and we've got to find other ways to make it alone or keep a straight face. And I've always lived like this, keeping a comfortable distance. And up until now I have sworn to myself that I'm content with loneliness, because none of it was ever worth the risk. Well, you are the only exception. 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 I've got a tight grip on reality, but I can't let go of what's in front of me here. I know you'll be here in the morning when I wake up. Show me some kind of proof it's not a dream. Whoa, You are the only exception. 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 And I'm on my way to believing. Oh, and I'm on my way to believing.
Welcome everyone. This is a beautiful time and opportunity to take a few minutes and check in with yourself. Just choose to connect with yourself, with your body. Are you comfortable? If not, feel free to make yourself comfortable And how are you feeling at this time? Whatever is there is fine. Allow yourself to really feel all of these feelings that are coming up. It is safe to feel them. And whatever you are feeling is yours to feel. It is safe to take responsibility over your inner feeling world. There may be temporarily a discomfort. However, let us move toward beautiful, healing feelings. And for that, just breathe into your feeling world. Fill yourself up with divine, conscious, present breath. There's no limit to how much you can receive from Source. With all of that positive and beautiful energy in, just enjoy it. Allowing all of it to settle in. And as you let it settle in, notice whatever is arising next. What is this thought or idea or feeling arising here? It may be the knowing that you are lovable. It may be the knowing that you are divine and loving. That you are loved unconditionally. And whatever may be between you and that unconditional, unlimited love is your responsibility to take care of. And in a beautiful, empowered way, this means that you have it within you to manifest life filled with unconditional love from Source. And if that is what you choose, you can relax into that choice right now. I choose a life filled with unconditional love from my divine source. And as you embrace it fully and completely, you may return to your center and enjoy the rest of this Sunday service.
Hi, I'm Christy, and today I will do the card reading for the Sunday service. And I pulled a few cards from the Sacred Power deck from Anna Stark. And I love the Flower of Life, that we are all one child of God, connected and intertwined. And the topic of today's sermon is about projection. And the first card I got for this topic is Retreat. And it's very beautiful. It looks like as if somebody would look from a higher perspective, from a hill down a little valley. There's also a river flowing and butterflies and flowers. And I feel God wants to help us that whenever we are upset, and we are all experiencing this till we are in perfect union with God, and it means that we are projecting our old wounds, our pain, and also how we are treating ourselves onto another person or into a situation. And that whenever we feel that something is out of alignment and we don't feel at peace anymore, to go within, to go into a retreat and to take your power back with the mirror exercise, to love yourself there completely till you feel at peace and not pushing forward or forcing yourself to move forward, but to really put yourself first because you are important, and to love yourself there. And then move forward in peace. The next card is similar, but like in difference, this seems like solitude, right? You take a step back and reflect, kind of, go within. And the next card is rest, but they're already like the community going on, right? The dolphins are very sensitive, high vibrational beings, and they come in a community and they support each other. And rest, it means also play, right? And to really create this balance in your life, because often when you do inner work, it's like a workout. You can get tired sometimes, so it's important to maybe take power naps. 10 minutes are also very effective. I can just recommend. And also to ask for help on your journey, right? That here's a community there for you, right? People who want to support you when you maybe don't come out of an upset, where you feel stuck on your journey. So just reach out, because you're meant to feel like lighter and better, and that we are doing it together and not alone on our journey, like the flower of life at the beginning, right? That we are all connected, everybody can relate to one another, or that we felt the same before, that we got upset about the same things. And so when we heal through it, we can also especially support others then moving through it. And the next card is change. It's also very beautiful. It's about all the seasons on your journey, and we kind of feel in cycles. And I can just share for myself that I was often very upset that I don't feel good every day, right? When I lose harmony, or I feel like I have to keep that, right? But it's like the ebb and flow of life. Like nature is the same, right? There are seasons. Like the winter with going within, reflecting, and then the spring is blossoming and you are like coming from a retreat. So it's kind of every day when you sleep, you also walk through these cycles. And so you cannot control your feelings or your upsets. It's God guiding you every step on your journey. And like I said, we all get upset. So you can just be honest with yourself about your feelings, and to allow yourself like all your colors, right? You never have to suppress anger or when you feel really upset. And I even remember that Jeff said once in a class of Twin Flame Ascension School that the more you allow yourself to really feel it in your bones, like that you are upset and the anger, the deeper you can go, the deeper you can heal, like in step 2, and getting to the core of it. So it's always very good to just be honest and feel your feelings, and you will feel alive, right? And you are not your feelings. So it's like the weather, it's coming and going, but God just also wants you to grow and to not get bored on your journey. And so it's just about perspective, right? That you can see upsets as gifts, as treasures, that there are gems in it, that there are lessons to learn for you, that with every upset you just, when you do the mirror exercise, you come closer to God, to yourself, to your twin flame. You just heal more and more separation. So you can be happy in truth when you get upset. So it's just sometimes about our perspective, right? There's like this Buddhism quote. Some see it as a piece of shit from a horse, and others think it's good for the roses, right? So it's just about the perspective thing. Yes, so the next card is also very loving from God. It's compassion, right? That God wants to help us to be very compassionate with ourselves when we are upset, and also with our brothers and sisters, that we can all relate to one another. We all had kind of the same upsets at some point on our journey. And yeah, that like she is sitting on the lotus, that we are all like blossoming, that we come out of suffering, out of the mud. And the more we learn like unconditional love, what Kuan Yin is representing, right? And that we do it together, and that we are not alone. And yeah, that of course, the more we love ourselves, and with the mirror exercise, we feel also more able to love others and our twin flame. And so it's an ongoing journey and of blossoming. So I hope you enjoyed the message, and I wish you a beautiful rest of your Sunday, and enjoy the rest of the service, and see you very soon. Take care and bye.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's Sunday service. I am Kanisha, and I have the privilege of introducing today's ministers, Jason and Christy, for today's sermon on projection and blame. And I really enjoyed today's sermon of getting clear on what it means to actually project your upsets onto your twin flame or onto someone else. And this is something that I feel is not always clear for people as they move through just the beginning of this journey, and really getting clear on what it means to be the creator of your reality. I found personally that this was kind of a hard thing for me to be honest with myself and look at anytime I try to project my upset onto someone or blame someone for the way that I felt. And the more that I mastered the mirror exercise and really got clear on my upsets and then moved through them, it was really relieving to recognize where I was actually doing this within myself, so that I could stop and then to see it shift within my reality. And so there is relief in being able to fully take responsibility of what's happening in your reality, and making a new choice in how you treat yourself and value yourself and honor yourself, and making a choice to really unconditionally love yourself in this place and have deep acceptance for yourself. It allows you to truly take your power back and to start to create from a place of peace and love, instead of from a place of peace or a place of trauma and upset. And so being ready to truly feel your feelings and being honest of what's coming up in this space requires deep vulnerability. This work isn't always easy, but it's absolutely rewarding. And I was moving through an experience today before doing this intro for this sermon. I was having a block myself, and I was asking myself, well, if I'm having a block recording, it's probably because I have a block around the subject. So where am I upset about projection? And I was recognizing that there is a part of me that was still waiting for my twin flame to change, and that I was actually withholding love from myself instead of completely loving myself here. I was waiting for my twin flame, and that felt really bad. And so once I came to this awareness and chose to do the mirror exercise, just deep relief and peace came over me, and I was able to really just relax into my being and relax into my peace. And from there, I was able to move forward in doing what I needed to do. And so I recognize as part of myself that a lot of the times when I have something I need to do or I need to complete, but I don't have the desire to do it, it's, for me, I realize it's because I'm projecting my upset. I actually have an upset here that I'm not willing to look at. I think that it's because I need something outside of me to shift before I can finish it or do it. And coming to that realization, it's allowed me to get to know myself better. It's allowed me to understand why sometimes I procrastinate or why I don't complete what it is that I need to in order to get to the next step. It's because there's actually an upset here. So once I moved through it and I healed it, I actually just had deeper gratitude and love for my twin flame because he was mirroring something back to me. And I had the energy and the motivation to do what I needed to do in order to get the job done. And so there's only ever love on the other side of an upset. And when you make the choice to actually go within and look at why you're upset with someone else or within yourself or whatever the situation is, when you take the opportunity to really look within and be honest with yourself and write out the mirror exercise, you'll realize that you're not a victim and that you truly had the power all along. It never left you. You were just in the illusion that you were powerless, and that there was something outside of you that needed to change or shift in order for you to get what you want. But that is not the truth. And that's what I love about this work, is that it really does highlight the truth for you so that you can move into a place of peace and clarity and really claim the life that you desire, living your heaven on earth. And so again, always going back to the basics is what they touched on. It means going back to reading the book, going back to the classes, going back to writing out the mirror exercise, and understand that you're just deepening your relationship and trust with yourself, truly getting to know yourself, becoming your own ultimate best friend and partner and lover within yourself. And as you do that, you naturally attract your twin flame. When you are taking the time to really love yourself unconditionally into a place of peace, that just attracts your twin flame. And they desire to be with you and around you and to live life with you. And so it's really important that Jason touched on this, is that you are prioritizing your peace over everything. And so you should always feel good at all times. If you're not feeling good, then there's something for you to look at there. And it's okay to just have that awareness and look at it. Don't have to attach to it or identify to it. But this piece is really communicating to you. And when you ignore it or just kind of push it aside, you're now in running energy. And so we get a lot of people who are like, well, it's them that has to change in order to get what I want. It's them that has to change in order for this to be okay. And that's not the truth at all. Projection again, blaming. And so once you really look at what it is and just heal it within the mirror exercise, you will find that it will shift and that things will always work out in your favor when you choose love, when you choose the truth, and when you choose your peace. And so it either no longer bother you, or it will change and shift, and that dynamic will just grow and it will just embrace more love in that space. And so allowing yourself to just, again, be honest and be truthful about what you're experiencing. Respect your experience, and knowing that you don't have to judge it, you don't have to feel bad about it. You just love yourself in that space and choose your peace. Choose to really claim your heaven on earth and claim love in every space. And so as you release blaming and projecting, you will find that things will flow a lot easily in your relationships. Your relationships will heal. They will either vibe out or they will vibe up with you. And you're able to have more authentic, healthier relationships. You're able to have healthier boundaries within those relationships. And you're able to create loving connections that are based off of unconditional love instead of conditioned love. So I appreciate just them sharing this message and sharing their experiences. And I really hope that everyone gets the opportunity to watch this and that it is shared with the world, because if you think about it, if all people are doing this work, we'd have more harmony in our relationships and connections in our family. And so sharing the Church of Union's message to the world is so important. And I would love to invite you to really consider tithing and donating so that the Church of Union's message does get out to the world and people can receive this work and their lives can be changed and generations after that. So I want to introduce you to Jason and Chrissy, and I hope you enjoy today's sermon.
Welcome everyone to another Church of Union Sunday service. Thank you for joining us today. We are Jason and Chrissy.
Hello.
Your executive minister of Union for today's service. Let us begin with our 3 opening ohms, followed by our opening prayer.
Let's all just take a deep breath in and join us out loud or mentally.
I am the only child of God, forever part of Him. I am created by Him in perfection, and there I always remain. My mind is my sanctuary, where I keep His holy creation sacred. I will only allow in His voice. I will only accept His word. Today I will hear the word of God. I surrender myself to His teachings through His divine channel. I will honor what He has spoken and accept it as His will. I will be obedient to His word, for this is my salvation. In Christ's name, Om, Amen. So, welcome to the sermon.
Yeah, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, what would you like to talk about today?
Today we want to talk about the process of letting go of blame and projection on your journey and really choosing to take command of your life and create your reality. And we're going to do that by really getting back to some basics on the twin flame journey and the process with the mirror exercise, and really just deep dive into 2 particular areas that we see people struggling with a lot on this journey, and that's associated with like blaming and projection.
Why is that
Yeah.
important to someone's twin flame journey?
Because when you choose to blame or you're, projecting something onto somebody else, it can get to a point where you're not really taking responsibility for yourself, taking responsibility for your journey, taking responsibility for your feelings. And when you don't do that, when you don't really go into step 2 of the mirror exercise, you're just waiting for somebody else to change. That's really when you start leaking your power and your energy, and everything will get really slow and stagnant because you're waiting for something outside of you to love you instead of loving yourself.
Okay. And so, like, essentially, if you're going to stay in the blaming portion of it, then you're not particularly creating your life, or you're not creating your reality. You're not creating your love story, right? You're just kind of like blaming your twin flame for something, and then not doing anything about it. And what is it that you do about it? How do you change turn the tables there?
Yeah, flip the script.
Yeah.
You do the mirror exercise and you really choose to feel your feelings and address your experience that you're having that doesn't feel good to you, that you're experiencing in your life, to take power, take back your power, take control of your life, and create your reality. And really what drove us to this topic for this sermon was just spending some time in the open forum and seeing what everyone is moving through, as well as, picking up the book and reading Twin Flames Fighting Your Ultimate Lover. I do this every year about around this time, but Twin Flames Fighting Your Ultimate Lover by Jeff and Shaleia. This is my, of course, working copy. You can see I have it a little tabbed out, but something I want to just, reflect on, and for all of us to take a minute. I think it is really important to always go back to the basics, because that is where our foundation is built. And as we do that and work on the basics, more and more is shown to us. So
before you how do you know when to do the mirror exercise?
When I don't feel good, when there's something that I'm experiencing that feels bad to me.
Okay. And what if, let's just say, there's something in your life that you don't like?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a cause to do the mirror exercise there, or do you just accept that there's something that you don't like and that's just how it is?
No, I do the mirror exercise.
And what does that do for you?
When I do the mirror exercise, I find what the experiences bringing to mind, what I don't like about it, like what within my consciousness is not in alignment with God and not in alignment with peace.
Mm-hmm.
And I purify my consciousness through doing the spiritual work associated with the experience. And as I do that and I heal, things change.
Okay, so that's the result of you healing, is like the thing that you didn't like changes.
Well, yeah, the thing that I didn't like, for example, if there's something in my experience, and this is for all relationships, if there's something in my experience that I don't like in a relationship and I heal, I'll come to peace in the relationship and the experience, regardless if that particular thing changes, right? I'll be in peace. And that's what's my priority, is my peace.
Okay.
And so if that experience continues to happen and then it continues to show up and I continue to feel upset about it, then there's something else for me to look at. And it's through cultivating change in my life and changing me choosing to transform, me choosing to change, that results in different experiences.
Okay, so you come up against something in your life that you don't like, or is causing you a problem in some kind of way,
right?
And then you heal those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go into the emotion of it and heal at the core of what it is, and then through peace, your life changes.
Yes.
And transforms.
Yes, that's what I experienced.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so something that's coming up as, we start talking about this is a lot of times Jason and I are guided back to the basics for our sermons. And, it's really important for everyone to remember how important it is to practice the fundamentals of this work and continue to do that every day of your life. And, sometimes we just need basic reminders, but a lot of us, writing out the mirror exercise, writing out why you're upset is so very important on your journey and in your spiritual practice, really choosing to prioritize the mirror exercise in your spiritual practice every day and utilizing that to build the foundation of your life. And your inner life first and your outer life will follow. I just think it's really important, and it's something that we're always guided back to.
Well,
for
and
sermons.
certainly not just like write down why you're upset, but complete
do
the
the mirror
4 steps
exercise.
of the mirror exercise to
Correct.
actually heal the thing. Right.
Yeah. So this is again the first quote. We have 2 quotes we're going to review. This is from Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover. This is the new cover. If you don't have it, it's very nice. I really like it. This is on How Do I Find My Twin Flame, the chapter on How Do I Find My Twin Flame. It's page 40. The twin flame mirroring effect exists solely as a reflection of your personal relationship with God, who is your divine creator in heaven. That's one of the main functions of your twin flame union, to reflect to you your relationship, choices, and consciousness regarding your divine creator. This is truly the one piece that many struggle with on their twin flame journey. People want to point the finger at their twin flame and blame them for the reason they're upset and why they're not together. But by spiritual law, your twin flame is reflecting your upsets with God and with yourself. Resolve these upsets and you resolve your separation from your twin flame. We go into great detail on how to do this later on in this book, and that would be in chapter 5. But we really want to focus in on this point where, like, a lot of people will be like, well, I'm healed, my twin flame needs to heal.
Sure.
Right? They're the one that's not awakened. They're the one that's working on the things. I'm waiting for them to figure this out.
Right.
And that's really not taking responsibility for yourself.
We've seen, like, just flat out, in your face evidence that's not the case.
Correct.
Right? Where, like, one of the people can be healing, and if they're choosing to heal, then your twin flame is choosing to heal.
Correct.
Right? It may not look as though, from the eye test, that they're doing the same thing as you. If you're doing the mirror exercise, they may not appear to be like, sitting down, writing out the mirror exercise. They could be working through their spiritual upsets and blocks in their own way. But the important thing is that, like, you're choosing to heal and you're actually choosing to move through the challenges that are coming up for you. And most certainly your twin flame is as well, whether it appears that way or not. And we've seen, just flat out evidence that, like, if someone's choosing to heal and they're choosing to move forward, they will come together with their twin flame 100% of the time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and they don't need their twin flame to be sitting next to them on the couch doing the same exact thing that they're doing. Right? So the power lies within you to have your one true love.
Yeah, and the other side of that stick is that if you are upset that your twin flame isn't healing, or that your twin flame is slowing down the healing process, or your twin flame isn't looking at their behavior or their patterns, or they're mistreating you in some way, and you're just waiting around for them to figure it out, I invite you to take that to step 2 of the mirror exercise and look where you're not healing, where you're upset with the way you're behaving, with where you're slowing down your healing process.
Where you're not looking at.
What you're not looking at, and heal in that space, because you have the power to do that. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to transform your life with these teachings. And the book, Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover, as unionists, this is our guidebook. This is what we utilize to live our life. And it is a different way of living. It's teaching you to love yourself and find that love within you, to value yourself and love yourself, opposed to looking for love outside of yourself. to looking at somebody else to love you the way that you desire to be loved. This is you loving yourself the way you desire to be loved. And through that, and through cultivating that love within yourself, through building inner love, inner trust, inner respect within yourself, valuing yourself, things start changing in your reality based on that.
Yeah, I believe, I don't know the direct quote, but I remember Shaleia saying like that the twin flame journey is a complete cultural change
Yeah, 100%.
to what people experience, that are what people are experiencing currently in the world, or even in the universe. Like, it is not the same thing that you would just have in any ordinary relationship with a soulmate or whomever. It's a total cultural change to what you know. Right?
Yeah, it's purifying your consciousness in every aspect of your life, and doing that with the mirror exercise in every relationship of your life. And as you do that, it does require discipline, and it does require you to make changes that are for your best well-being and for whatever is the best for you. And as you do that, you build trust with yourself because you're doing something different. And that's how you build trust within, is by doing something different. And when you love yourself and you really start putting boundaries up with people who might be mistreating you in spaces they're mistreating you, you start to create space in your life. And in that space, you're creating a safe space within your life for your twin flame union to be born and to blossom.
Yeah, like at the core of it, like the most important thing to you should be your peace, your relationship with God, how you feel in relation to anything. That should be your priority, is cultivating that within yourself, and through that, which is, in contrast to what you're taught in society, through doing so, you attract everything that you've ever wanted. Everything that you desire in your heart is attracted to you.
Mm. And how have you experienced that in your life?
I mean, well, just my family, like we have a great, it doesn't matter really where we are. We have like each other, and we have the dogs. Like, that's cool with me. Like, I don't really. There's certainly things that I desire to achieve and desire to have in my life, but like, I'm cool with it. With like what we, like, just us four, just whatever, hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
sweet.
That's it's like it's quite it's quite a beautiful thing to me, where it doesn't really matter if we are millionaires, or if what kind of cars we have, or anything like that. We have a great thing right now,
Mm-hmm.
and we get to enjoy one another and our family, and so it's perfect. I think.
Oh, that's sweet.
Still, like, still will work very hard to achieve all that I desire in my heart.
Yeah.
However, it was. I would say it was an incredible amount of work to get here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And
Yeah,
it was all
absolutely.
worth it. All worth it. Nothing would ever, detract me from saying that it wasn't worth it. But
Oh,
it's certainly like quite an achievement.
yeah, absolutely. And it's just the beginning at the same time, right? We really realized that as we reflected and contemplated on our life, and with even our spiritual work this morning, we really realized how blessed we are, and how much love is in our life, and how safe we feel in our harmonious twin flame union, and how we've really nurtured and built a container within our life that, our harmonious twin flame union we can build on, and the foundation that we can really expand as we continue to share the work and do our part in building heaven on earth. And it's really humbling at the same time to have the life that we have. And, it's all because of the mirror exercise. It's all because we chose and made the decision to have our harmonious twin flame union. And then we did the work associated with manifesting that. And that's the mirror exercise. That's Twin Flame Ascension School. Mm-hmm. That's Life Purpose class. And that's reading the book. And that is also being humble in regards to what God presents to you and the experiences in your life, so you can continue to heal, so you can continue to grow, and you can continue to cultivate a life of love, of peace, of joy, into perfect union with your Creator. It's a choice to embody this work. It's a choice to live it every single day. And it's a blessing, and one that we hope all of you choose and decide to do for yourself and for the life that you desire and want to cultivate. And we're all different. We all want different things. One of the biggest lessons that we've learned on our journey is to enjoy it, to really enjoy the life we've created, to enjoy and relax into what we've built and what we have and where we're going at the same time. And, prioritizing God in our life. God is at the center of our life. This is God's home. And we choose to continue to serve God in our life. And that's only ever brought us more love, more abundance, more wealth, more riches as we've walked that path. And we're walking it with you. And we're very grateful for all of you for choosing to be here with us and walking the path with us as unionists.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to part 2 that we wanted to talk to today. This is the second quote that came up. And this one really brought light into a space where I was like, wow, I can see how I did that. I can see how I was doing that in my life. And it's just very eye-opening. So this is the chapter on how will I know when I've met my twin flame. It's actually in the middle of Shaleia's false twin flame story, and it's on page 52. I projected the qualities I desired in a man and tried to fashion him to be who I wanted him to be. Projection occurs when you come from a place of lack within yourself and create a situation where you attempt to have what you feel lacking fulfilled in something or someone outside of yourself, rather than going to love and getting it from God. Happiness and joy never come later when you have something. It's a choice and a realization you can only have now inside of yourself. Yeah, so what do you get from that, babe?
Yeah, like you're definitely not going to come together with your twin flame and have them act exactly as you want them to act. From what we see, right, in the forum or wherever, is that, someone wants particular qualities in their twin flame. They want them to be this, that, and the other thing, and they want them to be that right now, right? And like they project those qualities onto someone who may be their twin flame, or maybe someone who is a false twin flame, and they compare and try to fasten those ideas to a particular person, which is control. And they also say that, well, this has to be right now. Like, this person has to embody everything I want, and it has to be in this way, and that's the only, I'm not budging. Like, they don't let anything flow, or the person maybe doesn't have that particular quality, but it's something that they can grow into, or mature into. And they don't allow like God to do God's job on the twin flame journey, and all of those nitpicky things are things to heal through. And so there's no real allowance, I think, for when people are moving through this journey without the tools that they need. Certainly the mirror exercise, and whether they know the mirror exercise or don't know the mirror exercise, if they're not using it, they're not using a major tool that is required on the twin flame journey. And you can't force this. There's nothing someone can do to like will this into place or make it happen, outside of like going into your feelings, using the mirror exercise, and healing your way to union with your twin flame, and not through the ways that maybe have happened in society for centuries and centuries and centuries. Like this is a totally different, like we said before, culture change.
Yeah.
And what love is and what relationships are, and having your one true love, that one person that's made for you, it doesn't come, and it's not going to, and it never will, as Jeff says, by any other means than through the inner work,
Through loving yourself.
Yeah. Well, and through mastering unconditional love. That's you go.
Preach, babe. Yeah, I really loved a lot of what you said. Something that really struck me, and something I think people are really learning, is that your twin flame isn't going to come to you like in the perfect state. They're going to have growth to do, because you have growth to do. And one of our responsibilities is to love each other unconditionally through that growth and through that process. And that's why the love list is so important. That's why looking at it and really getting clear if the person that you believe to be your twin flame, or that you're exploring as your twin flame, meets your love list to a point where they have the potential to fulfill everything on it, and they choose to do that. I think that's a really critical component of realizing that, there is still going to be work to do. And the other thing that I loved about this particular quip on projection is that a lot of women, and I did this, is that I would be dating a man, or like exploring a relationship with a man, and I would project all that I desired onto him. I'd be like, oh, he has this and he has this and he has this, right? But I would ignore the red flags, and I would ignore the places where they weren't meeting my needs, and I would ignore those things, and I'd be like, oh, and I would like brush them aside. And that is not the twin flame dynamic. That is not how this works. And it's so critically important to see if you are running on that program of fashioning or projecting what you desire on your partner, and really choosing to stop doing that and love yourself in the ways that you desire it, and claim your true ultimate lover, claim your man, because it is real, and love does exist, and twin flames are real, and you can have it, and you're worthy of it in your life. By doing this work, you can have it. It just simply is a choice, and that choice will catapult you into an incredible transformation throughout your entire life. And be ready to transform, be ready to change. Being willing to heal, being willing to learn, and being willing to change are requirements on this journey. And it's being willing to look at anything that's presented to you, truly try it on and see, and do the inner work associated with it, and let go of staying in that blame state, of staying in that projection state, and truly going into step 2 and taking responsibility for your feelings. No one on this earth can make you feel any particular way. No one has the power to do that. Only you can feel what you feel, and you are responsible for those feelings. To believe anything else is to really, feed into victimhood in some way, feed into like leaking your power. And it is a choice to do that, but you're making that choice to leak your power there. You're making the choice not to take responsibility for your feelings and for what you've created in your life, and simply placing boundaries in areas that are needed. And that's going to lead me to my last quote out of the book. It's within the mirror exercise. The only tool you need, like Jason said earlier, is on page 76. And it actually says this: no one has power over you to make you feel any way whatsoever. That is huge. I invite you to meditate on the power of my previous sentence, because if you do, you will ultimately realize how freeing that is for you and for other people and your relationships with them. You'll never desire to play victim again or enable others who are playing that same behavioral pattern, because the truth is too powerful. No one has power over you to make you feel any way whatsoever.
Yeah, profound.
Yeah.
Because you have the choice to be hurt by something or not be hurt by something. Your feelings hurt? Okay. Do the mirror exercise. You heal. You love that part of yourself. If it keeps happening, or whatever, if it's repetitious, you have to look deeper and see that maybe it's a choice within yourself that you were unaware of, where you're choosing to be hurt by, you have your feelings hurt, right? But you're more powerful than that as an eternal being, as a divine being, and so you don't have to be hurt by anything. You don't have to have someone, what someone does or says, alter the way that you feel if you don't choose that. What do you think about that?
Amen. Yeah, I think in closing, and the next step, if you're interested, is of course, if you don't have Twin Flames, Finding Your Ultimate Lover by Jeff and Shaleia, I highly recommend that you pick it up. It's a wonderful Christmas gift to give to yourself. And if you do have it and haven't opened it in a while, I suggest you take some time. It is a very quick read, and read it again. Take some time with the book and really sit with it and read it from cover to cover. It's a very quick read, but it is an incredibly profound read. And every time I read it, I know that I go deeper into the work and it transforms my life. And it will do so for you too, if you so choose, and embody the teachings. Please join us for our closing prayer and alms. Father, I accept your word into my heart. I will honor your will in my life and will follow you without hesitation anywhere you ask. I know you guide me into your heart where I belong. I accept that you are everywhere and your teachings is in all things. God, I know you provide me clarity in this teaching of union, that I may be forever in union with you. I accept that you are in me as you are in my brother. I will not deny my brother your word, and will share your teaching with him in any way you ask, and only as you ask. For when I share my salvation with him, I fully claim my salvation and return to you with him. In Christ's name, Om, Amen.
Speaking this prayer in your heart means you have accepted that you are on the path of awakening to your true divine nature. This is what it means to be a unionist. Follow the teachings of union with God wherever you find them, and purify your consciousness into perfect union with your Creator.
Please join us for our closing alms. We can all just take a deep breath in.
Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tithe to the Church of Union at unionism.org.
Thank you, everyone. Namaste. Bye.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for our Sunday service. And thank you, Chrissy and Jason, for that beautiful sermon. I really love how they reminded us to just come back to the basics and really implement each step of the mirror exercise and getting clear in truly what the upset is so that you can heal it at the core and either it no longer bother you or you no longer experience it. And these are two people who have, if you see TFAS or Twin Flame Ascension School or Life Purpose class, you get to see their journey from beginning to end and, or beginning to present, excuse me, because their journey really just got started as they came into harmonious union and really partnering together in that space. But you get to see how, in truth, all they did was master the mirror exercise, master unconditional love, and focus on their relationship with God and their twin flame in their heart. And they were able to successfully come into harmonious union with their true twin flame and be able to live the life that they desire, just mastering the mirror exercise. So know that that is for you as well. You don't have to continue projecting your upsets onto your twin flame, waiting for them to change, waiting for something outside of you to shift in order for you to be happy. And I love that they really just embody this work. They desire to share it with everyone because they know what they have is meant for everyone else. And so I hope that you took a lot from this and that you do rewatch the sermon because there's so many beautiful golden nuggets in there that's really going to help you move forward in your journey and to be able to claim what you truly desire. And that is just your harmonious union with God, yourself, and your twin flame. And you are worthy and deserving of that. All you have to do is what they shared here with you and to really take full responsibility of what's happening in your reality, knowing that you are the creator of your reality. Your desires are also God's desire. So whatever you want in this life, you can have. You're just learning how to move through the obstacles and blocks that tell you you can't have that. All right, well, I would love to invite you to visit our unionism.org page where you can find our previous sermons. And there you will also be able to donate and tithe and contribute to the Church of Union's message to the world. I would also love to invite you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can find other Sunday services along with our discussions from our Unionism spiritual discussion group. That is also where you can join us for our after church tea time today after today's service. And that is where you will find a beautiful panelist of unionists who will discuss their intake from this sermon today. And they will share with you their insights and just really what they received. And so thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that you have a beautiful Sunday and we will look forward to seeing you next sermon.